This morning, the Russian invasion escalating a devastating humanitarian catastrophe that's been shocking in its speed. More than 1 million people fleeing their homes in a week, with UNICEF estimating more than half are children. There is one positive development. Ukrainian and Russian negotiators agreed to form humanitarian corridors to allow people to escape the worst of the fighting. But that doesn't mean the journey is easy. Many leaving with just the clothes on their back. And that's where our next guest comes in. His humanitarian group, World Central Kitchen, is working hard to ensure these refugees are fed along the way. The group has already served more than 41,000 meals. Nate Mook is chief executive for the World Central Kitchen and joins me now from Lviv, Ukraine. Thank you so much, Nate, for taking time away from your important duties. And I want to thank everyone at World Central Kitchen for what you all are doing. But tell us what you're seeing on the ground there.
Yeah, so I'm here at the train station in Lviv, and this is where refugees from across Ukraine, the eastern side of Ukraine, are coming in to flee the attacks. It's also where many Ukrainians are trying to get on trains to leave Ukraine. So they're crossing into Poland, where World Central Kitchen teams are also based. The numbers here are just astronomical. Every day they're going up. We're seeing many women and children here coming in. Some of them don't know what they're going to do next. And so World Central Kitchen is here to provide a hot meal. Many times this is the first hot meal families have had in a couple of days. In total, we've served now close to 150,000 meals at this point here in Ukraine, in Poland, and also along the border in Moldova and Romania.
Look, I know that you've been on the ground for many disasters before. Have you ever seen anything quite like this?
There's really no way to put into words what's happening here. The tragedy, families having to just abandon their lives, not knowing what's going to happen next, a huge sense of uncertainty. You know, in a natural disaster like a hurricane or an earthquake or a volcano eruption, you know, the worst of it has passed, and now it's recovery and support. Here, we don't know. Every day in Lviv, this morning, there were air raid sirens going off, families going into shelters. Thankfully, it has remained peaceful here so far. And as you mentioned, this may end up being the humanitarian focus as millions, potentially, of Ukrainians flee the east to the west as attacks continue. So that's what we're focused on here. We're setting up kitchens, we're setting up supplies, we're getting food, this humanitarian corridor coming in from Poland to stockpile food, knowing that even if it's not needed right this second, the situation could change very quickly. But we are seeing more and more everyday families coming.
Yeah, and I wonder about your ability to get supplies, get meals prepped, get meals delivered, because we heard of some Russians taking, for example, wheat, flour. Are you getting what you need right now, and what don't you have?
So far, we've been able to source what we need. We're bringing in food that cannot be sourced here in Ukraine from Poland. We've been working closely with the Ukrainians, the Polish, the U.S., the United States government to ensure that we have access. We're also working with the World Food Program as well, that is starting to plan for their own response. So, you know, we're doing everything we can right now. Everything is okay. We're able to get what we need. And also, you know, working closely with Ukrainian partners here on the ground. So it's not just World Central Kitchen. You know, we're bringing together this force to provide meals to those that need them. So we have multiple kitchens here, partner restaurant chefs. They're working around the clock. It's really incredible. And we couldn't do what we do without the support of the amazing Ukrainian people, and then across the border in Poland and in Romania and Hungary as well.
Sometimes when you're of service in a situation like this, and especially people who've been in it before, you don't process it fully when you're in it. But it is an extraordinary and challenging thing to do what you do. How's your team holding up?
You know, our team is doing incredible considering the circumstances. And I think what keeps us going every day is talking to those families that have gone through so much, and, you know, our ability to provide them that hot meal that nourishes not just the body, but also the soul. And that, you know, kind of keeps us going day by day. Also hearing from our amazing partners in cities like Kharkiv and Kherson, these chefs that are cooking every day while under bombardment. Bombs are falling from the sky, and they're still cooking, delivering meals to families in shelters, in bunkers, to hospitals. And, you know, it's really the smallest thing that we can do is be there to side by side with them. And so our team, is inspired by these incredible heroes across Ukraine that are feeding their people during this difficult time.
And we are inspired by you as well, Nate Mook. Thanks to you and your team. And our thoughts are with you as you continue this important work. And if you want to help or learn more about the work the World Central Kitchen is doing, you can go to their website at WCK.org.